You said something 3 days ago. Maybe it was to your boss, maybe it was to someone you care about, maybe it was just to a cashier, and it was fine. Completely objectively fine. But your brain didn't get that memo because right now, at whatever time it is, it's running the whole thing back. The exact words, the pause before they responded, whether your voice sounded weird, what you should have said instead, what that slight change in their expression actually meant. You're not anxious. You're not even upset. You're just replaying. And you've been doing it your whole life. Here's what nobody tells you about this. The people who do this most, chronically, compulsively, almost automatically, are not neurotic. They're not weak. And they're almost certainly not as exhausting to be around as they've privately feared. There's something very specific happening inside their mind. And once you understand it, the replay doesn't stop, but it stops feeling like something is wrong with you. Psychologists call it post-event processing. It was first studied seriously in the context of social anxiety by researcher David Clark in the 1990s. But what researchers kept finding was that it wasn't exclusive to anxious people. It showed up in highly conscientious people, in empathetic people, in people who care, maybe more than average, about how they landed on someone else. Your brain has a built-in threat detection system, and for most of human history, being socially rejected wasn't just uncomfortable, it was genuinely dangerous. You needed the group to survive. So your brain evolved to review social interactions the way a pilot reviews a flight, looking for anything that could go wrong next time. The replay isn't a malfunction, it's an over-calibrated survival system running in a world that no longer requires it. But here's where it gets more personal, because not everyone replays conversations equally, and the people who do it most intensely tend to share something that has nothing to do with anxiety. They're highly attuned to other people. Research on empathy and social cognition consistently shows that people who are most sensitive to interpersonal dynamics, who pick up on micro-expressions, who notice the slight shift in someone's tone, who register the half-second pause before an answer, these people also replay more because they collected more data during the interaction, and data-rich minds review. Think about it this way. A security camera records everything. A regular person notices what's in front of them. You're the security camera, and after everyone else has gone home, you're still in the control room, going through the footage. That's not a flaw in your design. That's just a very high-resolution lens pointed at human connection. Now, and this is the part most videos won't say, some of the replaying isn't just sensitivity, some of it is something older, something that was installed much earlier. If you grew up in an environment where getting it wrong had real consequences, a parent whose mood you had to read carefully, a household with a wrong word at the wrong time changed everything, your brain learned something. It learned that reviewing interactions wasn't optional. It was how you stayed safe. It was how you predicted what was coming next. So the adult version of you, who is objectively safe, still runs the old software, still audits every conversation for evidence of damage, still prepares for an aftermath that never comes. The replay in that case isn't sensitivity, it's armor. And the exhausting thing about armor is that you can be completely safe and still not be able to take it off. Here's what's worth sitting with though. The same mind that replays conversations is almost always the same mind that remembers the exact thing someone said that made them feel seen, that notices when a friend seems off before the friend says anything, that chooses words carefully because it understands intuitively that words land somewhere inside a person and stay there. The replay is the shadow side of a gift. You cannot have the depth without the echo. Researcher Elaine Aron spent decades studying what she called the highly sensitive person, a trait present in roughly 15 to 20% of the population across species, not just humans. And one of its consistent markers is exactly this: deeper processing of social and emotional information, more reflection after events, more awareness of subtlety. These people don't just move through the world, they absorb it. And sometimes absorption has a cost, but the alternative, moving through your life without really registering it, without caring how you landed, without reviewing, that has a cost too. It just doesn't keep you up at night, so nobody calls it a problem. If you're watching this and recognizing yourself, the 2 a.m. reruns, the edited versions of things you wish you'd said, the quiet analysis of a conversation that everyone else forgot the moment it ended, I want to say something directly to you. You are not too much. You are not broken. You are not exhausting. You are someone whose mind takes people seriously. And in a world full of people who half listen and fully forget, that is not a small thing. The replay might never fully stop, but it can change what it means to you. It can go from evidence that something is wrong with you to proof of how carefully you move through the world. That shift doesn't happen by thinking harder about it. It happens when you stop treating your own mind like a problem to be solved. You've probably already started replaying something from earlier today. That's okay. Let it run. You already know why it's there now. If this video found you at the right moment, if something in here named something you've carried without language for a long time, share it with the person you think needs to hear it. Because the people who replay conversations are rarely the ones who talk about it. And sometimes the most relieving thing is just knowing someone else does it too. And if you want to understand more about the way your mind actually works, not the surface level stuff, but the real architecture underneath, the next video is going to go even deeper. Click it. You'll know within the first 30 seconds if it was made for you.